Hi everyone, this is Stacy in Japan, and I am doing my third apartment tour since being in Japan from March 2016. Okay, just giving you a quick look at my surroundings, as it were, and I'm about to enter my room now. It looks quite impersonal from outside, but all Leopalaces do, so let's go check it out. Okay, yes, this is one of those that has the living quarters upstairs, which I don't mind, especially during the cold time. I found it to be much warmer living on the second floor. So you enter, you got your shoe space area, my shoe box. Okay, let's close that. A reminder of home. So let's go upstairs. Okay, so there's basically nothing. I'm not one for much decor, right? I don't see myself being in Japan eternally. So right to the right is the closet area. Okay, I've got my huge winter jacket, one off. I use it as a storage area for stuff, suitcases, and this is the closet space. I really like it, but during the cold time it's not the nicest place to want to come to since there's no central heating. Okay, it's really small, but it does what it needs to do. And leaving from the closet, we have a little passage. To the left is my microwave and refrigerator that came with the apartment, and that's why I chose a Leopalace apartment, because I didn't want to have to deal with getting things. Not that they're not cheap, but just the bulk of having to get rid of stuff when you need to move. So I got some fruits up there, and yes, Bailey's rum cream, which I found in a Don Quixote. But I've decided not to drink any alcohol this year. Japan is really good for making you drink alcohol, and I'm not one that used to. Okay, moving along down here, I have my recyclable stuff like plastics, and some papers and some bottles down in the box. Right next to that is my laundry basket, and then my little makeshift curtain. It was so cool making that. Yeah, you know how these places are. So we've got the washing machine, which also came with the apartment. I'm really happy for that. A little storage area right here for my miscellaneous stuff, anything that can go up there. Then we've got the toilet area. Okay, I've got my personal care stuff there. I make a lot of my own stuff. Really loving this apartment more than the previous two, but it's typically basically looking the same for the most part. Got our shower, and of course, yeah, we've got that. Moving right along, what else is there to see? Okay, my fruits and ground provision box. Keep my potatoes, and they're basically potatoes. They don't have green bananas. They don't the yams, you can't really keep them out, so I keep those in the refrigerator. Then the kitchen area, the 2-burner stove, electrical, of course. This part is IH, very specific, so this kettle cannot work here because it's the material won't be whatever. Right, so if you see this in any apartment, ensure that your pot or pan is IH compatible. Okay, all right, so I set up a little thing, some hooks there for some stuff, and yeah, I'm preparing to get that pine peeled. I have a little counter space here, which I never had before in my previous apartments, and the sink is still just as small, but it's more manageable than the last one. little storage space here. This apartment actually has less storage than my Seto apartment, which the trade-off, hey, you win some, you lose some. Of course, down here we have cupboards. No, these are not cupboards, whatever you want to call them. Yes, so I've got pots and pans and a few spices, electronic stuff. This is my little handy dandy garbage. I love it. See, snaps, and it's very flat, so I don't have any bulky containers to move around with. And then we enter. This is the official living space. Yeah, I put a little hook here. For my other apartments, I did not put up hooks. Apart from my first apartment, I put up 2 hooks, and I was absolutely terrified for having done that. Anyway, we enter. I've got a little bookcase here, which I inherited. Yes, I keep all my school stuff and important documents. Have a little table here, which came with the apartment, but this bookshelf is mine. I actually got it. There's my futon bed. Yes, so this apartment does not have any can't remember the name right now, any elevated area for sleeping. Okay, that's my kotatsu over there, which I also got from one of my pastors, my first Japanese pastor actually. In the corner there, those are boxes for some small appliances that I've bought, and I've just decided to keep the boxes for whatever reason. Yeah, and the television over there, and that little TV stand that it's on actually came with the apartment as well, so I don't have to try and think of getting rid of that. Okay, now since it's so cold, I actually brought my work stuff inside the main room, which is the only place where there is heating. And of course I'm not going to buy a portable heater because I don't want to have too much clutter. So very conveniently, you know, just hanging stuff along there. No mirror in this apartment also, but hey, it's not that serious for me. That clock is my first clock ever since being in Japan, you know, because this apartment is the first one that has actually felt kind of like home. I don't expect to move from this place for however long I remain in Japan. Okay, so I've got my school stuff. That box right there is wrapped with wrapping paper. Okay, so I'm really trying to be deliberate about not accumulating things that are too permanent. So I'm living out of boxes and out of my suitcase. So no chest of drawers, no wardrobe or anything like that, because I want to be able to just up and move when it's time to do that. Got my little iron board, and I really like the fact that this apartment is carpeted. Usually once you live in a Leopalace, second floor and above, it's going to be carpeted, so I'm very happy for that. Okay, I got my little plants. I'm starting all over because they went through so much moving and hassle. I have a drying rack here, which I haven't really had to use yet, you know, not being any kind of rainy season or whatever. And then outside, catching some rays. I'm trying to get this to root. I just did this today. Let's see. Outside is where the laundry, the line, where you dry your stuff. Oh, I gotta be careful here. Ah! Don't fall. Okay, it's a beautiful sunny day now. Oh, some construction going on out there. Right, so I set up my poles, and I also put rope lines. So this is the view outside of my apartment. I am not disturbed by any trains like the last apartment with a train line right behind my house. So I am very happy. So thanks for watching, and bye from Stacy in Japan.